Hello.
Yo, brother. Okay, wait. Let me post.
How's your virtual background headband?
I don't know, man. It's always been like this. Wait, there's no post. Do I refresh? Oh no, there's no post. Okay, so. Okay, I will just. Computer. There's no post. What post do I'll just won't use a post. Computer science. Here. Alright, WebG. Where's yeah, my background looks very holy. I don't know how to upload photos. Sa ere nakakaputangin na.
You know this is recorded, right?
Oh. Dude! Ah! Oh my, it's fine. The people reviewing this, are they Filipino?
I have no idea.
Okay, I will just assume they are not. Da, da, da.
But I have to change the settings. Whoopsies. Mobile.
Mobile.
Okay. No one should be.
My message. I forgot. I was so excited to do something, but now that I'm here, I kind of forgot what it was. I am in confusion.
Wow.
Nakakap. Oh, sure. My bad.
The self-censor.
There's no links in Gmail. This one, right?
Oh my gosh. Why didn't you just share the bit.ly?
Really? That's the bit.ly?
That's not the bit.ly, like the shortened link, because it's so long.
You know what?
You know what? My bad.
My bad. Here's the link, by the way. You know what? I had this so long.
I don't get why Microsoft team meetings are so fast.
Right? Why is it so long? Oh well. Okay, I gotta go to Bevy.
Or Julian Georgia.
Should I resend or is it too late?
You can resend it.
Can you send me the bevy, please? Why is this still so long? Use this because it's shorter. Okay. Thank you. Kamsa. Okay. How was your day, brother?
Kind of productive, actually. Like, I did a lot. Though I'm supposed to be working on my IM. Uh, I was supposed to work on like a feature. But then I didn't have time. I might just like after the workshop starts, I might just mute the Microsoft Meet for me. Then I'll just continue because the
Ah.
this is a good, this is like the longest workshop I think. Because the
Really? How
content's
many
good for like
people?
2.5 hours
Oh,
or
who's
3.
the one
It's
giving?
it's 2 speakers, man. What?
Who's the one giving it?
Well, John and Julian.
Ah, okay. Maybe we can get more people to join.
Because of Ju.
I laughed so hard when I read that, but I was like, wait, I don't know. Wait, how do I register? How do I check in people? Oh, bad. I'm in confusion. I think I'm just gonna. Ooh, we're together mode. Okay, slay. I think I'm gonna do DSA. My bad.
I'm so
Then
scared. Not really
why?
scared. No, no, no. It's just that Julian and Waldron aren't here yet.
Oh,
They're not in the lobby, so
they should be on their way.
yeah, I messaged them naman in the tech team GC. And then I'm pretty sure they're gonna hop in because they're like, sorry, tech team GC is so chaotic this afternoon.
Yeah,
I swear the tech teams have always been super fun.
dude.
Like last year it was me, Jury, Zach, and Lex, and
Oh yeah, that sounds fun for
we
sure.
even we still use our GC from last year to talk about random stuff.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. That's so
Yeah.
cute.
Kind of hoping it will be same with this one, I guess here.
It's a bit hard. There's kind of like bad timing, but like 7:30 is when my rice arrives, so I'm gonna have to pick that up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know your race was more important.
Hey, shut up. You know why? It's because like I went out today, right, to buy like the stuff for EDM. It just so happened like the one I went to didn't have rice, so I have to literally grab rice. 5 kilos of rice. Bruh. Wait.
5 kilos? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's so much. Did miss first. Thank you, thank you. Uh, Precious Sedona. Yes, but also Kabutan Padaw with Sir.
Hello, guys.
Thanks, that's
You,
what country are you in?
Wait.
Hello.
you guys. Evening.
Yo,
Hello.
Hello.
Wait. Where's my charger?
Wait, how do you make someone bigger?
What?
so she said.
Hey! Recorded, by the way. Recorded. Rookie mistakes. Dude, I love Together Mode. It's so cute.
Wait, can we stay like this for the for the
Yeah,
rest?
it's cute. It's cute. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Oh wait, the last event ba? Did my audio like play when I joined the meet? Because I wasn't I
Yeah,
didn't
it
notice.
did.
Yeah,
Oh
but
my
then
god.
I muted you. I muted
Guys,
you.
guys,
That's why I got muted.
let's go back.
I got
I
you.
didn't know it's like unmuted when you join. Is it always like that?
Yeah, by default, because it shows if you want to join muted or not in like the joining screen. By default, it's on.
Oh god.
Where's Julian? Julian's not here yet.
So we're gonna start letting them in mga 7:30.
Actually, can just let them in now. Should I? I'll wait for
Oh.
7:20.
Oh, I turned smaller. Wait, who did that? Oh, there.
Wait, I have to get my rice. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, John, don't forget that the limb fits the single. To plug our lead.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah. I'll just have everyone in. Evening, guys.
Well, guys.
We'll start at 7:35. Let's just give everyone like a couple more minutes to enter the call.
You. Oh yeah, what time will we start?
7:35.
Okay, 7:35. Look, I'm back with my rice.
So glad you shared that information, Mary.
Yeah, it's very important. Everyone in this room should know. That's what you're gonna be doing for EDM. Oh, okay. Are we just gonna have it be on together mode the whole time?
What do you mean?
Because right now it's in like together mode. Or was that just a joke, Kaniha? My bad.
Isn't that your setting?
What?
Wait, really? It's together mode. It's gallery
Yeah.
mode.
Really? Oh, my bad. It's mine. It's mine. That was my bad. Truly.
Okay. 7:35. I guess we can start. So, yeah. Evening, everyone. Tonight's workshop will be about GitHub. So, and the ones handling this workshop will be our game development officer, John, and our mobile dev officer, Julian. So, yeah. You guys, John and Julian, you guys can start.
Yeah, I'm presenting first. So, by the way, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
I've prepared some slides to help. But don't worry, we'll keep it as casual as possible. So feel free to something is confusing. Sorry, am I? All right. You guys see anything?
Yeah, we can see the presentation.
Okay, so once again, welcome to Get Better, where we'll be helping better at Git. So let's get it going. Yes. Okay. Um, question: Have your projects looked like this before? Honest, I won't judge that much because
Yes.
I actually witnessed firsthand. Yes. Whoa, actually witnessed firsthand something like this. Yes, before. Move on from this, and you value your sanity, whatever sanity you have left. Then let me introduce version control. Basically, version control and development should go hand in hand. So even if you're alone during development, you should always strive to adhere to having version control. Admittedly, it's an added chore on top of coding. However, you're gonna regret not. So what's so good about it? And what problem does it solve? So it is a collaborative coding. It enables collaborative coding. It tracks changes and prevents conflicts. Maintains a history of code alterations, aiding issue resolution and easy rollback. So also it has team efficiency. So basically, its features are branching, merging, plenty more there, but the main ones are those three. So it allows you as a developer to create branches for separate code developments, enabling parallel work on different fixes. So instead of having what we had here, right, where we were like multiple developers in one team, instead of having to do this, you guys have when you're implementing version control, you're gonna branching, also merging whenever for example a specific feature is completed, and you want to combine it into the repository, you can merge it. Also rollback, so it allows easy reverting to previous versions, providing a safety net in case of any errors or like bugs. So there are cloud-based version control systems where you can host your repositories, do some DevOps stuff, say CD. But for the purpose of this talk, we'll keep it. Have GitHub. I think everybody knows GitHub already. GitLab is more GitLab and Bitbucket. It's more of a Seguro enterprise. Right now, my company uses Code Commit. It's something from Amazon, but the stock will be using GitHub later. So Git is offered in CLI and desktop as well. So for my half of this event, I'll be tackling on Git CLI, while Wiljon later will be working with desktop. So without further ado, let's create our first repository. Any questions so far? All good. Right. The screen is there. I can't see. I'm sharing my screen right now. The whole browser.
Yeah, we can see the whole screen.
Okay. So, let's head over to github.com. If you don't already have an account, you should probably sign up. Also, shameless plug. If you guys want, you can follow my GitHub. I'll be sending a. And if you follow me, I'll be following you back. So, okay, so let's create our first repository. So let's name it to portfolio But this one is optional. You don't have to if anything there. Just make it public. Add a git ignore template. You can skip that for now. Then for license, you can just select any here. Usually go for the MIT one. I don't know why. That's what I see most people use. So let's create the repository. Okay. So, oh sorry, I forgot to go over the installation of Git. So if you don't have Git installed yet, go over to their website here. You just look up Git and then click this website. You can download it. So right now on Windows, yeah, just go through the website here. If you haven't already downloaded Git, if you have, you can continue here. So now that we have Git installed, and our repository set up, we can clone this repository. This means that we're gonna have a local copy of this repository on this machine. So I like to work with the terminal. So for this, so we can just enter git clone, and then you can grab the URL here. So by the way, you can also clone via SSH. You're gonna have to add your keys, but for now let's keep it simple and just use HTTPS. Okay, so that should have cloned our the repository we just created here. So we have portfolio here, 743. So we can cd into it and open the folder using our any code editor or whatever. So right now, if we do git status here, so the project root portfolio, we cded into it and then opened it code dot. Share my entire screen. You guys not see my screen? The browser.
Yeah, we can see the whole browser.
You guys see my screen, my entire screen now?
Yeah, we can see the whole screen.
Okay, sorry. I've been cloned. Sorry, I didn't notice. So what I did so far was I opened my terminal, seeded into my documents folder, basically run the git clone command. So this command should be available once you have Git properly set up. Yeah, clone, and then you grab the URL from here. Basically downloads a local copy of the repository onto your machine on that specific folder, inside the specific folder. So once you've downloaded it, you should be able to see here done, and then you can cd into that specific folder, and then I just opened it via code.doc, which is opens the current working directory in VS Code. So let's explore the features of Git. So let's write up a basic HTML website. Sorry, basic HTML file. Oh, don't have flag server. So we're gonna be exploring the features of Git. you're gonna be working mostly with the most common commands, which is git add, git commit, and git push. So we're gonna go through each one of these in a while. So now how we have our very basic website. What we're gonna be so right now the changes we made on our repository, they're still local. Because if you refresh the page here, it doesn't reflect any changes we made yet. Because right now it only has the live files. But we want to be able to update the with our changes. So basically, we added an index HTML and also hello tag, this hello here. So we can do that by running git add. So once you do git add, I like to by the way, I like to work with a git bash this code. If you have git bash installed, I suggest you use it because it gives you the branch here among other features. So if you do git status, sorry. Right now it's up to date with origin/main. By the way, main is the default branch which was created when we created the repository. So here we have main, the default one. We can change the default branch here, but we really don't have to. Yeah. So yeah. So now we're gonna be basically uploading our file to the repository, our changes. So we can do that first by running git add. So what this basically does is it takes in a event which signifies which to be committed. So once you select which files are you want to be committed, basically they are put into state. Yeah, they are basically staged. So if you do git add dot index.html, we open it here, we notice that the index.html is now in the stage changes. Then since we also made a here in readme.md, also reflects that it also reflects that change. However, since we don't have it added, we only added index.html to staging. When we do git index.html basically will be committed. So one thing is writing meaningful commit messages. So basically, the whole team, so everybody you're working with, even yourself, by which changes you have included for that specific commit. So for example, since we added just a very basic this file right here, we can call it feat, so which is short for feature. And there's a couple of okay, here are some basically you can prefix your commit messages with a couple of be either a feat, which is transfer feature, a fix, doc style per test. So this helps this helps identify which basically makes your commit messages much more meaningful. So yes, let's just um, okay, so this means you successfully committed that specific folder. So it has been committed already, but the changes haven't been pushed yet. So if you go back to the repository here, it's still not there yet, right? So we're gonna do git push to So this by basically the final step of the of like changes to the repository. So if you do git push, what? That's weird. I was able to push. Okay, so I was able to push. Oh, okay. Other account. If you check here, commits, basically it gives us a log of the for that specific branch. So right now we only have main, so it only shows changes from. You can also do that here. If you do git log, it's able to show specific commits we write for this branch. So that's it for adding, committing, and pushing. As when do we need to cover? I guess creating new branch. So we can basically create new branches by running the command out dash b, and then there's also a naming convention. Just like there's a naming convention for commit messages, there's also a naming convention for branches. So it varies depending on the project, but I like to go with, for example, let's do feed a feature, and then if you're working with mono repos, for the backend and frontend the same. So feed slash fe, and then let's add a button, I guess. Just to log in. So if you do git branch, right now we've from main and switch over to the new branch, which is login. So feed slash fe slash login. Basically from where you've branched for, so from where you executed that command, it's gonna be the branch that's gonna be the branch is gonna copy the content from the specific branched out. Does that make sense? So since we're in main, right, and then we did feed, and then we did the checkout dash there over on main. When we create a new branch, the new branch is gonna have all the changes from main, basically. Okay, so let's write very simple. Let's do sorry. I think our survey is still running. Okay. Okay. So now that we've updated our index.html, we've placed a couple of inputs and a button here. Let's try out merging. Basically, updating main as we did from feed slash fe slash login. So there's a couple of ways we can do this. So the most common I find in most workplaces is okay. So first you do the same. You add. There's also a git add dot, by the way, which basically stages everything in your current working directory. So everything in root will be added to staging. Here, see. It also included readme.md once we add these here. Then we can as well. Finish plugin. And we push. Okay. So if we refresh here, we can see that sorry. We have a fe/login. So if we switch back over to main, you can see that our changes are not going to be there, right? Because we're in main isn't updated yet with the changes from this current branch. So yeah, here, and then if you go back, git switch. Okay, so with creating a pull request, this is going to be the most common scenario where once you're done, so you're going to be tagged under a specific ticket, and then once you're done, you create your pull request, and then you send it over for approval. That sorry, was that correct? Pull requests. Yes, new pull request. So main and feed login. There you go. So let's create the pull request. We can add a title and then a description as well. There's also best practices for title and description. You need to be able to tag it. For example, if it's a bug, so basically it helps the reviewers, the pull reviewers, speed up their process also. So let's create a pull request. Okay. So we can see in that specific pull request there was only one commit, right? And then the reviewer is able to view these changes, specific changes here. So if everything goes well, nothing is wrong with your pull request or whatever, the reviewer can choose to merge it. Usually it's a different person that's gonna, I'm the only one here. So let's merge the pull request, and then since it's successfully merged, our main should now with the changes from the other branch. So if we view it here, switch main. Oh no, why is it not there? That's because, alright, why do you think so? Why? Because we already updated main, right? We already created the pull request, and we also merged the pull request. But how come that the switched over back to main here, the changes are not there? If anybody wants to answer that. Just a guess. You guys don't know. Okay, so well, what basically is happening right now is The remote repository, which is the one here, is updated. However, your local copy of main is not. So here, if you do git status, it says here your branch is behind origin main by 2. Can be fast forwarded. So if you do git pull, fix that, we can do git pull, and that helps, and that will update our. We have our changes here already. There. Yeah. Again, up creating branches and merging, creating pull requests as well. Yes, I guess that's it basically. That's the basic functions you're going to be working with most of the time. There are where you'll have merge conflicts though, but yeah, tackle that for now. So I guess that's it for my part. I'll be passing it over to Weljan now to discuss. Now. Oh wait, we have a question here. So the purpose of git pull is to update copy of the repo. Yes, you're correct. Your local copy of the specific branch you're in. So since we did it in main, right? Our main specifically will be updated. Yeah, updated. So, yep. Are there any other questions before I pass it on to Weljan? Difference of git switch compared to git checkout? Yes, that's a good question. So, if I recall correctly, so basically, git switch, they have technically they have the same purpose. Git checkout, you can add a parameter which is -b, which allows you to create that branch. I'm not sure if git switch is able to do that as well, but usually if I create a branch, I do git checkout -b and then the name of the branch. If I want to just switch branches, I do git switch. However, you can switch branches with checkout as well without the -b command. Yeah, so okay. If not, then passing it over to Wiljon.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Julian, for your presentation. So let me screen share this. Can you hear me, ba?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, so let me go. So hello, guys. So right now we're going to be discussing about GitHub Desktop. So let's go to the next slide. So now that you guys understand the concept of Git, you might be confused about why there's like Git and GitHub and GitHub Desktop. So I'm just going to give you like a short description about these three. So Git essentially is a version control system that allows you to manage and edit your repository. Yeah. And GitHub, on the other hand, is a website that you can store your local repository online. While GitHub Desktop, on the other hand, is basically just like Git, but it gives you more graphical user interface. Therefore, it helps you, and you do not need to memorize the commands when doing version control system. So, yeah, I guess let's start diving deeper why GitHub Desktop is good. Yeah, GitHub Desktop is good also if you are starting out as a if you are starting out to learn version control system, because again it gives you a much more visual representation of uh, version control system. So the first thing we are going to do is obviously install GitHub Desktop. And to install, all you have to do is go to their site, which is desktop.github.com. And then you'll be brought in this site, and just click on the purple button which says download for Windows. If you're Mac Magani, then just download Mac OS. And basically, ang installation ana is, yeah, it will install, and after installing Magani, it will this uh, application will open. So the first thing we are going to do is create our own repository. Uh, you can create your own repository remotely, like what Julian did, and you can also create it locally. In my case, I'll create it on GitHub Desktop. So to create your repository locally in GitHub Desktop, go to the navigation tab and find File, and click on New Repository. Here, you'll be given options, inputs to input on. Just input it however you want. So for me, my repository name is going to be like portfolio. Description, you can add a short description about what your portfolio is about. So let's say GitHub Desktop. And the location on where you want your local repository is going to be saved. So in my case, it's on GitHub folder. And initialize a README so that we can add a detailed description about our repository. And git ignore, basically git ignore just ignores certain files in your repository. This the items in this dropdown is basically just a template that you can use so that you do not have to do it manually. I'm going to be discussing more about this later on. And license basically just how you want it, how you want your repository to be shared by others. So let's just ignore that for now. So then create your repository. So now that you have created your repository locally, uh, your repository is not found on your remote repository, which is GitHub. That's because you have not published this pa. So if you go to your GitHub account and repository, you'll see that you won't see the repository that you created in GitHub Desktop. So again, to show this in GitHub, just publish your repository and then check if the information that you have made is correct. And I'm gonna make this private, so and then publish repository. So after doing all those changes, the next thing that we're going to do is to create a file in our local repository. So to navigate our directory of our local repository, go to this current repository button and then right click on it. And after right clicking, you'll see a show in Explorer. Then just left click on it. And after that, you'll be brought to your local repository directory. And here, let's say that I want to add a file to be uploaded to my remote repository. So here I'm going to create a new file. Let's say I'm going to create an index.html. And let's open it with Visual Studio Code. So here, let's say that I want to add a header to my website. So let's say h1, and this is GitHub Desktop. So make sure you save your file. Then after saving your file, go to your GitHub Desktop again. And then you'll see the changes that you have made. And you might notice na there is new kanang call this new elements that has been added to your left and to your right. So in your left side, which is index.html, in here, these are the things that you will see when you update your project. So all your files or all the files that you have updated will show in here. While on your right side, this is basically just as call this. It specifically gives you the information that you updated on your file. So in my case, index.html, and I updated or added a header. Yeah, h1. And the next thing we're going to also learn is also history. So in history, which is changes and history in here, history basically just shows you the commits that you have made. So here, kaning initial commit, this was the kanang commit we created katong we publish our repository. And in your right side, this is basically just like here, see, there's like a file or the file that you have updated and a much more specific uh, information about what updated. So let's go back to our changes tab. And the next thing that we're going to do is committing. So to start committing, this basically just saves your progress. To start committing, go to this kanang input field, which has in here create index.html, and then just write a message about what the update is about. And I'm just gonna say that initial I don't know, let's say add index. So, and here you can add description, but I don't really add description, so it's depending on you if you want to. And next, we are going to commit this to main. So just click on this blue button that says commit to main. Here, the next thing that we're going to do is to push this update to our remote repository. So local repository to our remote repository. And to do that, all you have to do is click on this push origin button that says in here on your top right of your application, and then just push it. Now, if you go back to your GitHub website, and if you're going to refresh your website, oh wait, no. Oh wait, I think I'm in the wrong account. Wait lang. Okay, for some reason it's okay. I guess wala to siya na-upload sa ako ang repository. But anyway, so let me redo it again for some reason. Okay, wala na ako na-change ang account. So yeah, so let's create a file. Oops. Let's add some updates to it. And push origin. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's continue. Now that you have pushed your update to your remote repository, you see that your repository or your local repository is now on your remote repository. So which is in here, and your index.html is also in here. Now the next thing that I'm going to be teaching you guys is fetching. So generally when you use fetching, it's like you're telling GitHub Desktop to ask some updates or to check if there are updates on your remote repository, which is GitHub. So in my case, to add some updates on my remote repository, I'm going to manually edit my remote repository in here. So let's just say that I want to edit my index.html, but generally, fetching happens when, let's say, if you're collaborating with someone, and then someone creates an update uh, on your remote repository, then what you do is to fetch that remote repository so that your project and your local repository project and your remote repository project is syncing and will not create conflict. So let's say I'm gonna create an update on my remote repository. Say, and let's commit some changes. So now that we created an update on our remote repository, let's go back to our GitHub desktop. So here, to fetch the updates on our remote repository, you have to navigate on your top right on your application and click on Fetch Origin. And here, GitHub Desktop will check the updates on your remote repository, and then you can then pull this. So again, pulling basically downloads the updates on your remote repository. So, so yeah, let's pull this. So if you go back to your local repository folder and open your file, which is index.html, you'll see that the updates on your remote repository is now updated on your local repository. So yeah, that's basically about pushing, fetching, and pulling on GitHub Desktop. So far, do you guys have any questions regarding GitHub Desktop? Going once, going twice. Okay, I guess wala. So now the next thing that we are going to discuss is branching. So I believe nakaget na mo sa idea about branching discussed by Julian. So in GitHub Desktop, branching is made easier, I believe. To start branching, go to this current branch main drop down, and then left click on it, and then navigate on the new branch button and left click it on again. And here it will ask you to name your branch. So let's say I want to create a branch version 1. And the next thing we need to do is to upload our branch to our remote repository, because currently it's in our local repository. So which we have to publish our branch. After doing that, if you go back to your remote repository and you start refreshing, you'll see that you have 2 different branches. So to start working on the other branch, you will need to make sure that you are working on that current branch. And to do that, go to this version 1 current branch, and then go to your folder or your local repository directory. And then let's say you want to edit an information in here. Let's say I want to remove wow. Here we, as you may notice, na siya red na a highlight, which means that we remove our wow. So again, let's commit this so that ma-update siya sa ato ang remote repository. And we are committing it on our version 1 branch. Make sure gani that you are on your the branch that you want to commit, and then we can push this. So after doing that, if you refresh your main branch, you'll notice na, let's go to index.html. You'll notice na you'll notice na wala ni update ang wow. So if you go to your version 1 branch, which is in here, the main drop down, and go to your version 1 branch, and navigate your index.html, you will see na your wow header is wala na. So to start merging this so that ang update sa to ang version 1 branch is going to be updated to our main branch, you can do that in GitHub Desktop as well. So, and to do that, navigate this drop-down button that says current branch again, and then you will see you need to select. You'll see here. You'll see at the bottom part. You'll see it says choose a branch to merge into. You will need to select the branch that you want your version 1 to merge into, which is main branch. And just click on this button which says na choose a branch to merge into, and then version 1. And here you'll notice that it says create a merge commit. So just click on that, and then you can start pushing this. So if you go back to your main branch and go to your index.html, you'll notice na the wow that we had before is nawala na in our main branch. So essentially that's branching. So the next thing that I will be teaching aside is to pulling requests. So when you pull requests, you are basically you're asking na pwede ba i-merge ang imong branch to the main branch, which is your default branch. So to do that, again, we need to go to our branch that we created, and then let's create some updates in here. And let's say that I want to create a new file. So let's say text na lang ni siya. So let's say request spelling. Anyways, so let's say I'm gonna say I want and make sure you save imuhang text. And then if you go back to your GitHub desktop, you'll see that again the changes have been made. Just create a commit. And then a description and start committing. And then you can start pushing this to your remote repository. So let's see. So to pull requests, Gani, you cannot do this in GitHub desktop. From what I understand, ang pulling requests can only be done on the website itself, but you can do a shortcut in here, which is to go to branch and then create pull requests. Here it will give you like information, what title among add sa pull request and a description. And then you can create a pull request. Then checks. And then merge pull requests. Go for merge. And if we go back to our repository, you'll notice that our main has the pull request text, as last time it didn't have because we were dealing it with our current branch. So again, a pull request is basically that you can use pulling requests is used if you are working on a team, so that it will avoid certain conflicts while developing your project. And the next part na sa atong i-discuss is git ignore. So essentially, katong ging nako na there is templates that you can use if you are too lazy to manually, ignore certain files. GitHub desktop provides that, and also GitHub, yeah. So, but if you want to manually do it, go to your repository, then repository settings, and here you'll see ignore files. To start ignoring, you need to specify the file that you want to ignore. So let's say that I want to ignore pull request text. So to ignore pull request text, you can just copy this, and then actually no, we don't do that. We need to create a new file. Let's just say I want to name this ignore this. In here, let's copy its name and format, and then let's say that I want to ignore this, and I don't want this to show on my remote repository. So just input it here and then save. So you'll notice na GitHub created an update, and here the the file that we want to ignore. So let's just create ignore. Ignore. And then we're committing this on our version 1 branch. You notice we're not committing this on our main. So if let's start committing this, and then let's start pushing this. So generally, you'll think na the ignore this that text is kanang na-update sa to ang remote repository. But no, it didn't update, and that's because it was ignored by Git. And to kuan gani, there is syntax and different ways to ignore certain files. If let's say you want to ignore all format that begins with, if you want to ignore a format is .txt, you can do that by doing asterisk, which is called the repository settings, ignore files, asterisk, then .txt. This basically ignores all files that is .txt. But if you want to learn more about all the kanang format magani, let's say, because there's a lot actually, you can go to this website. I'll give this website on the. I'll give these resources on Discord server, so don't worry. Where this pretty much gives all the lists, or pretty much guides you on how to use git ignore. And yeah, basically that's it. Do you guys have any questions regarding GitHub Desktop? Git attributes. I am not sure actually. Yeah, I'm actually not sure what this git attribute does until now for some reason. Yeah. So the general purpose of using git ignore is to ignore certain files, or ignore certain files that you don't want your remote you don't want local repository, you don't want a file to be uploaded to your remote repository. So a scenario is that when you are installing a library might take like a chunk of MB, and committing this to a GitHub might take a while. So ignoring this will help nullify that. Any other question? Wait, I think Raven. Yeah, Raven. Aside from that, any other questions? Joa, is that Kwan? Teen Titans ba? If it is, then yeah, Raven. Yeah, Raven. Oh, okay, forking. When you're forking, you're basically Kwan. You are basically creating a copy of someone else's repository and saving it in your uh, repository storage. So basically, let's say that let's go to someone else's repository. Let's say I want to fork the repository of Sam's DSA practice. So if we start forking it, it will basically, it's going to save in our repository. Okay, it's taking a while. Yeah, essentially, it's taking a while for some reason. Essentially, there. So when you're forking, you're basically like creating a new repository, but it's someone else. And the use of forking is, it essentially means that you want to create contribution to this specific repository. And if you create a fork Mangani, and if you go to your repository, you'll see that the repository of Sam is on my repository now, and I can use this to contribute, which is to clone this and then clone, then pull request. Cloning actually means creating a copy or duplicate on your local repository. Yeah, that's what cloning means. So yeah, do you guys have any questions? No. Yeah, whoever wants to pass Mangani, just start ako lang. The repo. Guaranteed, guys. So aside from that, do you guys have any questions? True, true. I think one, I believe, I don't know, I don't know, I just had a crush on her when I was Kwan, when I was childhood siguro. I don't know why. I guess she's pretty, that's fine, that's all. Okay, guys, we are talking about GitHub Desktop right now, not Teen Titans, okay? Yeah, we're exposing our top 18. So if you guys are Kwan Mangani, if you guys don't have any questions now, I hope you guys were able to comprehend what I said on GitHub Desktop. We created a challenge that you guys can do so that your GitHub skills or Git skills is going to improve. I'm going to upload this in our Discord server, and big shout out to Ian, actually, our web development officer, who is going to sponsor the prize for this one challenge. So basically, what you guys are going to do is to create a personal portfolio, and then a portfolio that will showcase your skills and any other relevant information. The requirements is to create a new GitHub repository for your portfolio project, and then include a section for a brief introduction about yourself, a section to display your skills and technology, as well as utilizing the use of version control system or Git. I hope I encourage you guys to actually take this challenge. This will help you solidify the information about Git and help you just to help yourself improve as a developer as well. If you guys have any issues, Mangani, or concerns regarding this challenge, feel free to message on our Discord server. So yeah. Kuan. Okay. You do not need to Kuan. If you're working with someone, then creating a different branch is recommended. But if you are working by yourself, then generally you don't have to create another branch unless you are going to you're going to, let's say, add a feature and you do not want your main branch to be affected by that changes, then yes, you create a new branch. But if you feel like Mangani na if you commit and you don't want to add certain features, or you feel like na the updates that you made is sure na gani, then yeah, updating it on your main branch is okay ra, and you do not need to create a new branch. But if you're working with someone, then yeah, generally you have to create a separate branch so that dili mag-conflict in your project. So, do you guys have any questions pa? I guess wala. So, if you guys are still confused Mangani, I'll give resources on Discord server so to help you guys on your Git journey. It might take some time for you to kind of understand the information right now, pero just keep practicing lang yun. So I guess that's it for my part. I hope you guys were able to uh, was able to kind of understand and get some information. So yeah, thank you everyone.
Okay, so since the speaking has been finished, yeah, thank you very much, Julian and John, for that. So, um, would it be okay to move on with the announcements and the photo op, or
We can start with the merch now.
okay, guys. So, as everyone knows, or well, I think most of you guys know, there's GDSC has actually released some merch, and we have been opening up the forums for people to pre-order the merch for those who are interested. So, just so that everyone can kind of see like what is the merch and stuff, I will be sharing my screen so that everyone here can take a look at the beautiful merch that has been designed by our comms team. So let me just share my screen. Wait, can you guys see it?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, you can see my screen. All right. Okay, so here. I will play this video. I hope you guys can hear that very lovely audio. So as you can see from this video, we do have our merch. So we have shirts, lanyards, stickers, and the like, as you can see from here, as well as in our Facebook page. But yeah, so basically, if you scan this QR code over here, and if you take a look at our Facebook page, we do have merch links here as well. And we also have the QR code. So for those who are interested, I will leave a link of the merch in the comment section. Or well, comment section in the chat, my bad. But yeah, I will leave the link here in the chat, and you could also check it out in our Facebook page as well. So yeah, for those interested, you can just go to this bit.ly link over here, check out the Facebook page or scan the QR code. We will be posting more stuff in regards to the merch. But yeah, hopefully all of you guys can come check it out. And for those interested, you can still pre-order. But yeah, that's all. So now let us move on to the photo op. Everyone, please turn on your cameras. Come on, guys, turn on your cameras. Okay. Guys, come on, turn on your cameras. Don't be shy. Come on, Shane, I know you're here. Guys, come on. Enrico, guest on cam. Oh, really? Oh my gosh, it's my screen. There's something wrong with my screen then. Okay. Alright. Okay. So let's take the photo at 8:48 just to give some time for everyone to turn on their cameras. Do you guys also, Fitz, you also want the, my bad, PM. My bad. I gotta be specific. Do you want the together mode picture gihapon or
We can have both.
both? Okay. G. It's hard. Oh, you guys are so far away in the screen though. It's just like on top of Ian. Oh. Alright. Okay, so it's already 8:48. And I don't think anyone else is. Hey, not in that way! Oh my gosh, you guys. Hey, this meeting's recorded by. So bad, so bad. Anyways, since I think no one else will turn on their cams, let's just take our photo right now. So, okay, I'm gonna take the photo, and which means your dirty comments. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Okay, okay. Let's just move on to the photo op. Okay. Alright. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. Right. Okay, everyone do the GDSC pose. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more. In together mode. Wait, let me just. GDSC pose gihapon. Oh no, there's something wrong. Okay, wait. My bad, guys. My Wi-Fi is dying. Truly. Okay. Alright, in 3, 2, 1. Alright, thank you so much, everyone, for coming to the event, and thank you so much to the speakers, of course. I hope all of you guys had a great time. Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Also,
you.
next week we'll be discussing React, so feel free
Ooh.
to join that.
Very important. Okay. Thanks, guys. Good evening.